Yeah, buddy, sounds good. Yep, still good. Yeah, buddy, sounds good. Yep, still good.
Good evening and welcome to round 8 of the Oceanic Sim Racing Wednesday night V8 Supercar series. A slight change tonight, guys. I'm your host, Clayton Brooks. Regular host Scott Fountain is unavailable and is remote feeding this broadcast from somewhere in New Zealand. But alongside me in the commentary box, I've got Luke Edmondson. How are you, Luke?
Yeah, good, Brooksy. How you going tonight, buddy?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. A little bit late starting because of a few technical hiccups, but I'll quickly go through the information for tonight on the race. We've got 32 laps around here at Monza. At the moment, the weather is clear with a track degrees, 43 degrees Celsius, winds from the southeast at 10 kilometres. So it's a pretty warm track for the guys out there tonight. Should find it nice and slippery for some of those chicanes.
Yeah, definitely, and good track for a lot of action into turn 1 and 2 for the first couple of laps. About 37 cars in this split tonight, and fuel limited to 95 litres roughly, so they will have to make a stop, and they're allowed to stop anytime after lap 2, so we're just waiting now to get updated for our qualifying. Yeah, definitely, and good track for a lot of action into turn.
Yeah, I'll quickly run through the qualifying results. We've got Richard Hempstead off pole, Ian Ford in second, Josh Rogers in third, Mitchell Selleck in fourth, fifth to Marcelo Rivera, Ryan O'Sullivan in sixth, Michael Cracknell in seventh, eighth to Brendan Hobson, Kurt Stenberg ninth, Paul Gorrell 10th.
Yeah, and in 11th we have Matt Stanford, Anthony Koenig in 12th, Michael Hammond in 13th, Adam Zinning in 14th, Heath Brennan in 15th, Louise Gallen in 16th, Jason Benson in 17th, Cooper Murray in 18th, Craig Jones in 19th, and rounding out your top 20 is Peter Sepper.
Anyway, we got time before the green flag. Richard Old out 21st, Christian Hinton 22nd, 23rd Daniel Ackland, Matt Jones 24th, 25th Simon Black, Ross Rizzo in 26th, and I'll leave it there because the lights are about to go green. Richard Hampstead off pole position, and it's green for round 8 of the Oceanic Sim Racing Supercar series, and it looks like Ian Ford's got a pretty good run on Hampstead down into the first chicane with Hampstead's teammate Josh Rogers having a look down the inside as well.
Yeah, and this is a big group of cars to try and get through this first corner. I'd be surprised if there's no contact at all through here at the moment. A bit of a pile up in the back, nose to tail, but nothing too major.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on the rest of the field. They all seem like they're getting through quite well. Plenty good racing room given. Looks
yeah,
like,
the whole field getting through there nice and clean.
Yeah, we've got Brendan King. He's also here to be started from pit lane. So the last guy through was Nick Hustler, and everyone's got through nice and cleanly, which is a good thing at Monza. So we head back to the front. Richard Hampstead's opened up a couple of car lengths over Ford through the first couple of corners. And it looks like Ryan O'Sullivan down the inside of Josh Rogers, and Josh Rogers running wide out into the gravel, and O'Sullivan may beat him into this next corner.
Yeah, they're too wide there through Lesmo, and it doesn't always work through there, but they seem to get through there okay, and they're still side by side coming into here. Someone's going to have to yield as one of the Simworks cars looks up the inside there, but backs out of it, Cielek, and the guy behind there, Riviera, has got a good run behind him as well, as they run really wide out on that exit road, which you'll see a lot tonight.
Yeah, of course the guy's using as much pedal as possible, and up the front we've got Hampstead running a very defensive line on this opening lap from Ford.
Yeah, unfortunately we got Daniel Auckland in the backfield there that just got taken out through a Ascari. By the look of it, had a bit of contact coming out. Might have been Simon Black, unfortunately, that's lifted him back there. Oh no, it looks as though he's just lost it by himself, and then unfortunately one of the go-cars has been taken out as well.
That is unfortunate, and Ian Ford now has the inside run on Hampstead, and he gets out of it well and truly, and he's opened the door for Rogers, and Rogers is going to slip on through here. And it's really backed up Sullivan and Cielek behind.
Yeah, and there's a good little group of cars there, about 5 cars, all pretty quick drivers, and coming into the next line of chicane. Oh, he stuck his nose in there. He did well not to get cut off. He's got a
Oh,
great run
Selleck's
out.
around. Selleck's around out of 5th position. He's hit the curb massively and turned the car around through the chicane, and he's lost a bucket load of spots.
Yeah, Ford and Rogers here trying to go side by side again through Les Motors. Ford backs out of it and make it single file, coming back onto the back straight.
And these opening laps, Ford looks extremely hungry. Looks like he's got a quick car through the air, but just unable to position the car in the right spot at the moment.
Yeah, and after his win last week, he'd be full of confidence trying to get through again at the pointy end of the field. Yeah, he's doing a good job just keeping on the track.
Well, as he takes a lot of the inside curve, he'll have to be wary of getting the cut track, but he's once again got the run on Rogers, but he's positioned that car on the outside. It's going to be very hard for him.
Yeah, it looks like that Rogers car there, that Falcon's got a fair bit of straight line speed, as we see Hampstead now starting to build a bit of a lead, a couple of car lengths while these two have a bit of side-by-side running coming out of the Parabolica to end on lap 3.
Sport now has a good run. He got off the Parabolica quite well. Will we have a look inside? His run works very well here with these cars. As he's right up alongside Rogers now.
And yeah, Rogers up the inside.
Yeah, he just cannot get the door shut on Rogers.
Very hard to make a pass into that turn 1, being that you do get that switchback if you allow the guy attacking the inside there. You do get the inside back on the left-hander, so it doesn't work out too bad as they go side by side again into 4 and 5.
Ford got a great run. Rogers got very loose on the exit. He got a little bit of ripple strip. Wasn't able to settle the rear of the car. Now Ford has got the inside, but he's still unable to shut the door on Rogers. Rogers driving very well around the outside.
Yeah, it's 2 laps in a row now. Rogers has held that position on the outside through the Lesmos, and he's got some good car speed through there.
Right behind Riviera, licking his lips, waiting for these two guys to have a bit of contact, but of course he's got a lot of pressure from Cracknell.
Yeah, Cracknell had some good showing in the last few rounds, and again finds himself up towards the front of the field and in a bit of a battle with some familiar drivers.
Just behind them, the battle for position 6, Brenton, Hodgson, Stenberg, Gorrell and Hammond. It's well and truly on these guys. They've been swapping a few positions in the opening laps.
Yeah, setting some pretty good times there too as well. They're all pretty close, and hence why the field hasn't spread out too much, as looks like Matt Stafford is under a little bit of pressure there from Ryan O'Sullivan, as we were just having a look, and couldn't manage to get up far enough on that move that time, but he'll look to do that maybe in the next couple of corners.
Yeah, of course, O'Sullivan's got plenty of pace on board, qualified the car in 6, so had a little bit of a unfortunate error in the opening couple of laps, which has dropped him down the order a little, but he's got a lot of pace on board. He'll be looking to get past Stratford as soon as possible.
Oh, and we've just had coming together Heath Brennan and who was that there? Looks like maybe Michael Seelick or one of the simulated cards, Peter Sattler, I think, had a bit of contact coming through 4 and 5 just before, but they're still in a straight line, but just a bit of car damage there. And Richard Allen closing in on that pack as well.
Yeah, definitely. Seelick got a little bit of a punt from behind from Sattler. Or Seelick, another guy that had some issues early in the race, so he's there's the 2 ANZ cars of the Simworks. It's a very late braking from Harwood, and there's contact.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looked like a bit of netcode, and he's lost it as well. That's Elwood around, and in front of the pack, he's got to be careful.
Oh yeah, that's race over there for Elwood. He's ripped the back end off the car.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. On my screen, it did look like a little bit of netcode there. He was pretty much side by side coming in. just having a look now. Yeah, I think there was a slight bit of netcode. He hit his front quarter, and all of a sudden the other car there went up on two wheels, and it's quite unfortunate.
This battle pack for 6 positions really on. Hobson's still leading the guys, but looks like O'Sullivan's tagged onto the back of them. 5 cars all in a row there. All taking plenty of curb through the chicanes. Great seeing these cars get up on 2 wheels.
Yeah, these cars don't mind a bit of curb hopping here and there, and Monza's a good place for it, as they've got those silent policemen, but if you decide to take too much liberty over the curves, and can really do some damage and unsettle the car. Stenny now putting pressure on Hobson for that 6 and 7, as you were mentioning, with another 3 cars behind them as well, just a tail.
Yeah, well, these guys driving really well, and Stenberg's got a great run. He's positioned his car again to the outside.
Yeah, you might have a look down here. It's pretty hard to go around the outside though at the Parabolica. It's a very long way around, and he pulls in behind, does the right thing, and flies the over-under, which he's going to try and get a good run out of here, but he might... Oh, as they all ran wide, they all followed the leader out there. Hobson dropping a couple of wheels off, and half the pack behind him decided to follow the same line.
Yeah, Stenberg's got a really good overlap now. He's, of course, we have seen a lot of guys come back around the outside of this turn 1 chicane. But Stenberg, I think, will be able to shut the door, and he does, and there's contact behind. Michael Hammond's just served up Paul Gorrell a little, and seen him run off onto the grass and is taking that position. Also, that Stratford was able to move on through.
Yeah, that's the problem when you've got a close pack like that, a little bit of contact that unsettles your car and you lose 3 spots pretty quickly. But yeah, Stenny did a good job there. That's about the cleanest move you can do down at turn 1, being able to close the door like that.
Might check the front. Richard Hampstead's maintaining around a 2nd lead over his teammate of Josh Rogers. Ian Ford seems to have eased off a little bit, and he's now slipped about 7/10 behind Rogers, and is just sitting there comfortably in 3rd position. And the 3 of these guys have really gapped the rest. The gap now of nearly 3 seconds over Rivera.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're pushing too hard, as you say, just maintaining that kind of gap and trying to save the tyres a bit. With the hotter days, it could have a bit more effect on the tyre wear, but unsure of how much fuel they're actually going to have to take, being that this race is actually not as long as maybe some of their other ones, so be interesting to see, but they probably might take tyres just depending on how much fuel they need. We know what Ford's strategy is normally like, but he likes to pit fairly late, and he might only just take fuel on if he has to.
Oh, we've got contact for position 6 and 7, side-by-side contact. Stenberg into the side of O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan's got that position back off Stenberg.
Yeah, a bit of chat over driver chat there. I have them muted, so I don't know what they said, but could have more than likely an apology for the contact.
Mate, it would have been an apology. Drivers don't get angry. Oh, he's had a return serve. Stenberg was into the rear of O'Sullivan. He's managed to keep it off the wall. He's done well. O'Sullivan. He's come straight back out into the middle of this pack, and he's dropped. Can't really tell at the moment. I think he's dropped down to about 13th position.
Yeah, I'm just looking back at that now, and he was on the brakes pretty hard. I think he did kind of hit him off a bit, and apologies for our viewers just looking at the Yeah, we've got Heath Brennan with his damaged car from the earlier accident, just trying to get through again, but he's just got no straight line speed with the amount of aero damage that he's got down there back in 31st, and just having my cameraman flick around at the moment on following the most exciting as Rhino Sullivan making a move now on Hobson by the look of it. Round into 3. Michael Selleck catching up as well.
Yeah, Sullivan and Selleck are probably the hard luck stories of this race so far. Both been off the track numerous times, but both guys with plenty of speed. Definitely doing it the hard way, Luke.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and sometimes you just can't help it. Can you, Brooksy, if you make an early mistake or just have an unfortunate incident and you know you've got the car speed and you just got to work your way back through the field, and sometimes it's a bit of fun and other times it just can be really frustrating.
It's just behind those two guys. Behind Selleck, we've got Zettinger and Murray having a great battle. Zettinger, if it's proper for a ride, run around out there in the police livery, highway patrol livery. Zettinger's just been passed down the inside by Murray. As Murray gets loose coming out of the parabolica.
Yeah, it's going to hurt his run down the main straight.
Yeah, he's close to the inside, trying to keep prevent Zettinger from getting down the inside, and they're right underneath his wing. And no, it looks like he's going to stay there.
Tell you what, you have to be careful there too, sitting that close. If he just happens to brake a little bit earlier there, he'll run straight up the back of him. I do like that livery, but Brooksy, I did see that a couple of weeks ago, and it really stands out when you're flicking through the different cars.
Just up in front, the battle for 11th and 10th, I think it is, Hobson and Stratford. It's on Stratford, near pushing Hobson around this track.
Yeah, he seems like he's finding a few difficulties trying to get past him, as they kind of make mistakes in different areas. He gets real loose dropping a wheel off there, and that might give Stratford the break that he needs to jump into the Scari here.
Yeah, most definitely. Stratford's got the lines braking duel at the moment. Oh, and Hobson's stuck around the outside. He's got to be careful not to get a cut track penalty there.
He's taking his corner there.
Yeah. Oh, and he's copped a huge hit from a KRFF guy, I think.
Yeah, it's Paul Gorell there. I'm sure he's had a bit of bad luck the last few races as well, unfortunately, in that Kimmy's Rule Fencing Commodore. Just an innocent bystander come around there and had absolutely nowhere to go. All you could pretty much see is a smoke cloud, and ends up cluttering the back of Scotty there, I think it was. Oh no, one of the other cars. The other one involved. Could not see a thing, all he had was...
Yeah, that's a shame. Those two guys were racing pretty hard. And, was a slight contact like that into the rear quarter, and Hobson was a passenger from then on in. So he's entered the pit lane, trying to get some damage repaired.
Wow, that's amazing. He's just looking at his Paul Grell's on board that vision there, and you see the other two cars were just watching the battle with the highway patrol car and that, and all of a sudden the rear end of this car disappears out of nowhere, and had nowhere to go at that stage on the exit.
Yeah, Paul definitely innocent bystander and all that. But what it has done, it's broken up this pack a little bit. Cooper Murray has pulled away from Zettinger by the tune of about a second now. Zettinger's got a second gap back to Kernich, and Matt Stratford, I'm not sure if he's got some steering damage or something out of that incident with Hobson, but he's just straight line the chicane there, and he's serving a slowdown penalty now.
Yeah, it's very easy to do around here. As we said earlier, they do like to take the curbs, but if you take too much curb, then you end up having all sorts of slowdown problems.
Well, we haven't really looked much for the last few laps up at the front, and it is on. The three guys, you can throw a blanket over them at the moment. Hampstead's copping a lot of pressure from... Rogers is copping a lot of pressure from Hampstead, two teammates. Rogers new to the team, Hampstead the guy that's really brought the TTL team to the fore with his SUPERCAR prowess, and guy right behind that looks hungrier than everyone is Ian Ford.
Yeah, I tell you what, and if they had headlights available in here, I'm sure Fordy would be flashing the crap out of them trying to get around these two cars, as obviously we missed the move between Hampstead and Rogers, where Rogers got the lead there, but yeah, this is a great battle now, and wonder if one of them will try and pit, and they might try a bit of a split strategy here to try and get the fuel on and break this pack up a bit.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have to try someone, as we've seen in this series in the previous rounds. Rogers gets to the lead. He's able to pull away and just put the head down, concentrate, and make a gap over the rest of the field. So, two guys behind will be keen not to let that happen tonight.
Yeah, there's a good draft here, and Ford might just sit back a bit here and hope that the two teammates make a bit of a mistake, and I'm sure their bloke will be on the blower telling them not to do anything too rational. Ford looks up the inside.
Gordon's having a look. Rogers trying to move across to dismiss that idea, and Ford's definitely pulled out of that and just dropped a few car lengths off the back of Rogers. But
yeah, and that's given Hampstead a chance now to pull away once again.
The one thing the Monza track does do, and it provides plenty of lead changes when you're in battles like this.
Yeah, that's right. As we can see there, like one move and it ends up breaking them up just enough for someone to get away. But now Rogers is closing right back up on Hampstead again.
We've just gone a third of the way through this race. I'll quickly run through the top 10. We've got Richard Hampstead in first, followed by Josh Rogers, Ian Ford in third, Marcelo Rivera in fourth, Mick Cracknell in fifth, Kurt Stenberg in eighth, Michael Hammond in sixth, Michael Hammond in seventh. Then followed by Ryan O'Sullivan, who's pushing back towards the front in eighth, followed by Mitchell Selak in ninth. And in 10th, we've got Cooper Murray doing a fantastic job in the Plus Fitness Falcon.
Yeah, he's having a good run tonight, and battle for the lead as Rogers went stupidly wide, nearly out onto the exit of the oval, the old oval there, coming out of the Parabolica, and he was right up Hampstead's backside then, and as he's getting a really good toe down this straight, and it's just dropped Ford off this pack a bit, and Ford's got to be careful because he might be under a bit of an attack from the car behind there.
They're just having a little lap times. Ford actually dropped around 2 seconds on the lead of that lap, so not a real good lap from him as Hampstead slides the back end right out sideways. I think Rogers can sniff the blood in the water.
Yeah, I tell you what, bouncing him off those curtains again, whoopsie, as we've seen, and hurting his exit a little bit there, but not too bad as they come through Lesmo once again, and just not close enough. It's not really a place you can make a move around there, and you just want to try and get a good run out here through to Ascari and then onto the back straight to try and make a move. Just starting to spread out now.
Well, as Sam said, takes a lot of the inside curb heading into Ascari. Got to be so careful not to get a cut track penalty.
Now I think maybe for our viewers at home, we might take a ride on board with Rogers as he tries to chase down Hampstead in this next lap. See what it's like chasing down the leader around a lap of Monza.
And there's a lap of Monza with from the nose of Josh Rogers that he's actually lost a little bit of time to his teammate at Hampstead, but what has happened, I did have Ian Ford right on his tail, but Ian Ford has dived to the pit, so he's taken the early pit stop and he's going to try the undercut here, which we have seen work successfully in the past.
Yeah, and speaking to him last week, Brooksy, after the race, he was saying that normally he likes to pit a bit later, so he's picked everybody tonight and being one of the first ones to go in. And again, apologies to our viewers, I don't think our director caught that on-board lap, unfortunately. We weren't just sitting here in silence. He's still having a few troubles with his connection, but I can still see we've got pictures. So yeah, we'll continue to work on that one. But yes, he probably chose a good lap to pit there, Brooksy, because Rogers there had a really loose lap when we were on board with him, so probably a good time if he had a decent in-lap there.
Yeah, definitely did. He caught up quite a bit to Rogers. He's on a 21-second pit stop, and Cracknell just behind, just under 21 seconds, so we'll keep an eye on. It looks like around the 21 seconds is going to be your average for a pit stop time. We'll keep an eye on Rogers and Hampstead at what times they do, and we'll try and get a gauge on where they're going to come out, whether it's going to be in front of Ford or behind.
Wow, and Rogers just had a huge moment coming out of Ascari there. That's twice in 2 laps now. He might think of pitting sometime soon and just try and get that concentration back, because he's really out of control, or not out of control, but yeah, he's getting a bit taily here and there.
We are at the halfway point of this race. Lap 16 of 32, and both the TTL Falcons. Yeah, both the TTL Falcons are in.
Yeah, sorry, Bruce, I was going to say it might work out well here for Ford, because these two might hold each other up getting out of the pits, and it is a bit difficult following a car into this pit lane with such a quick entry and exit as well, so we'll see how they turn out.
The Sullivan pits. behind them guys as well.
And Ian Ford now just coming into the Parabolica, and keep an eye on him and see where he's about to come around now.
Both the TTL Falcons are about to drop off the Jacks Hampstead with a 20-second pit stop, so it's a good stop from Hampstead. 21 seconds from Rogers, so you can see that gap on the screen.
Yeah, Ford just passing the line.
Oh, Ford's definitely got Rogers. He's not going to get Hampstead though. So he's actually split the two TTL Falcons, so it is a gain for Ford, but not as big a gain as what he was hoping.
No, that's right, and you just see there that 1 second difference, Brooksy, in the pit stop, and that's exactly the gap that Ford managed to slide into there.
Of course, what it has done, Hampstead has not been able to pull a big enough gap through the pit stops to break the draft back to Ford, so we may very well see Ford range up to the back of him down these long straights.
Yeah, and Ford with fresher tyres as well that have warmed up a lap before these guys. So these guys are still on a bit of cold tyres that shouldn't take too long to warm up in this weather. So just he needs to take advantage of it while he can. Come now into Ascari once more. I'll tell you what, watching that onboard before, Brooksy, they're taking a lot of curve through that section there.
Yeah, they definitely are. Half a second gap, halfway behind the race between the two leaders of Ford and Hampstead. Rogers trying to catch back up after losing a bit of time through the pit stop stage of the race.
Yeah, and as you said, Brooksy, the field's spread out a little bit at the moment as Ryan O'Sullivan's under heaps of pressure with Michael Hammond for 14th. Oh no, that's going to be a lap car while of it. Position 6th and 14th, but he might have just made a pit stop, and iRacing hasn't updated that yet. I'll see when they cross the line, but they're having a great little battle, and they seem to be fighting as if it's for position at the moment. Yes, and that's for 11th and 12th now that iRacing has updated, as Hammond has a look at turn 1 but decides better of it and sticks him behind him into the first chicane. Sullivan now able to good exit out of turn 1 and 2 chicane and work his way around.
Of course, we've seen plenty of pace from O'Sullivan in that first half of the race. Silak in front's got a lot of pace as well. I'm not sure whereabouts he's managed to get past O'Sullivan, but he's now ranging up on the back of Stenberg.
Yeah, I was going to say he's done real well. He's back up into the top 10 now after he's, by the looks of it, he's had a pit stop. His car looks fairly new and got that fixed. I think they get one fast repair, and yeah, he's going to be really quick now with a nice clean car. As you say, he's starting to catch Stenberg.
There was a few cars in this race sporting a bit of damage, a few knocks and bruises from the first half of the race. There is a fast repair in this series, so they're all back out with brand new cars, like you've mentioned. The Silak has a look, would have been pretty optimistic from there. Bots back in.
Yeah, we've got Ian Ford, back up the front. Just tried to make a move there on Hampstead, but thought better of it. And Hampstead still maintains that lead for now, but Rogers is caught right back up to the back of this pack. Or these two.
I tell you what, there are other people in this race, but I do apologise. We've been talking about these top 3 guys because the racing at the front, I don't think they've traded paint once, but they've swapped positions numerous times. It's been great racing and a lot of respect shown by these guys.
Yeah, it's good to see with fair few incidents as we've seen over the things that happen in racing, and it's good to see a race where everyone's kept their noses clean and having some good racing as we've seen. Ford now having looked down into Ascari, he's going to stay in behind Hampstead here and try and get a run onto the back straight, which follows the original back straight of the old oval here at Monza. A great piece of track if you own the service and go for a drive in a NASCAR or something like that. Going the opposite way around is quite interesting. We come back on the main straight now, and Ian Ford will have a look. He's close enough for the draft.
Oh, sorry to butt in there, Luke, but Stenberg's had a massive accident on the back straight, heading down to the parabolic or out of the chicane. Not sure if he got a touch there from Sullivan or not. It looks like he just got really loose coming out and sent his car into the inside wall, and that's huge damage there for Stenberg.
Oh yeah, it looks like he hit those silent policeman bumps that I was talking about before, and wow, that has had a big side impact on that car. That will not be healthy, and he'll be definitely taking that one back to the pits. It's crabbing all over the place by looking at it at the moment. It's unfortunate for Stenny, he was having a good run there.
Yeah, he was. He was well inside the top 10 at that stage of crashing out, and of course now Cielak and O'Sullivan resumed their battle. They're in 6th and 7th positions respectively.
Yeah, it looks like Stenny hadn't used his fast repair there, Brooksy, so he's in and out pretty quickly, and Crew did work magic to get back out as he rejoins the race back in 13th by the look of it. Back up the front now, Ian Ford has dropped off the back of Hampstead, and he's under all sorts of pressure from Rogers as they run out back again over the AstroTurf and into the exit of that shorter circuit back onto the back straight.
Yeah, Hampstead just under a second lead at the moment over Ford, so Ford will range up and catch up a little bit using the draft down this long main straight.
I tell you what, there's nothing between these front cars in times wise. We had a 50.43 from Hampstead, 50.9 from Ian Ford, and a 50.5 from Rogers behind him there. So they're all in it, they're not giving nothing away after this these pit stops. All the cars still just as quick. And just while you have the quick chance, Brooks here, just like to say hi to all our viewers on iRacing Live TV. It's our first broadcast in association with iRacing TV, so good to see some extra viewers there tuning in. And from now on, we will be broadcasting alongside with those on that service. So yeah, good to spread more V8 action, I would say, on the iRacing server.
Yeah, 100%, Luke. It's great having SimSpeed TV on the iRacing broadcast. This series always provides a hell of a lot of action, and of course it's the same guys will be bringing the V8 Premier Series to use this year. So head over to the SimSpeed TV and click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Yeah, definitely, and looking forward to that, Brooksy.
The battle for second is on. Josh Rogers having a real good look down the inside of Ford. Ford's managed to hold it.
Yeah, and we've got another battle back here as well with Kurt Stenberg and Blake Neck having a bit of a battle as well after Stenny's little off before. That's down for 20th position at the moment to keep the car inside the top 20 in the points.
The other battle going on is the back end of this top 10. Anthony Kernich sitting in 10th, Cooper Murray in 9th. They've been having a battle for a fair while now, ever since the pit stops at least. Because Anthony Kernich, no new beginner for iRacing. He's been on here for a while. Cooper Murray is fairly new to it, I believe, so good to see he's going to come out on top of this battle.
Yeah, it's good to see some new guys getting on into the V8s, and yeah, massive field tonight. I know in the other second split that they've got 32 cars, I believe, so you know, over 70 races here tonight. It's excellent turnout.
Yeah, certainly the OSR League's always been known for its great racing and friendly and clean racing, which is a big plus, so that's why they always get a huge crowd. They've been getting huge crowds now for 4 or 5 years easily, so congratulations to them for running such a great series.
Yeah, and definitely check out OSR on your leagues page. They run also, as we know, the Tuesday Development Night League for the V8s and many other ones during the week. I know Simon works pretty hard, and also with the Premier Series as well. And yeah, excellent. If you want to race pretty much nearly every night of the week, you can find one of their races to have a go at.
The battle for 6th and 7th still rages. The two guys, Mitchell Selak and Ryan O'Sullivan, they both fought their way back to pretty much where they were at the start after having huge dramas in the first half of the race between the pair of them. So it's been a very good drive to get back to pretty much their starting positions.
And how our mate Simon Black, we were just talking about having a huge amount of pressure by Kurt Stenberg here, running down the main straight into turn 1. Stenny now having a look into turn 1 on Simon as Simon did it squarely on the brakes. Oh, he's had a bit of a slide.
Oh, and he's managed to hold it. It was right out sideways. Nearly reversed it into that corner, but well done to Simon.
Yeah, just managed to get a little bit of a couple of wheels on the AstroTurf there and started to send the car around, but he had a good save, and I'm sure he'll ping us for giving him the commentator's curse later on.
We haven't really mentioned the guys in 4th and 5th. Michael Cracknell in 5th having a very lonesome race, but he's doing all the right things, keeping it clean, keeping it on the track, and looking like a top 5 finish for him in about 9 more laps, so doing very well. And the other guy, Marcelo Rivera, qualified 5th, racing in 4th, so very lonely race for these guys at the moment, but maybe one that they're glad they're having, considering some of the battles we're watching with other guys.
Yeah, that's it. It's unfortunate we haven't seen a lot of them this race because there hasn't been much of a battle. They've just been running their own race out having to churn in the laps over nice and consistently to hold a good position. And so yeah, it's good to see. Can be a bit monotonous sometimes running around by yourself, but when you know you're in a good position, you just kind of keep your eye on the numbers and just make sure you keep punching out those lap times. Rogers now with Ian Ford. This battle for 2nd and 3rd still going on. Pretty strong up the front as Rogers will look for a nice run out of here and uses all the curve again. Running down the back straight and into Parabolica once again. Hampstead still out a car, but not enough to break that draft. Rogers now with a great toe out of that last corner. He's all over the back of Ford. He might go for a late braking move. Ford doing well, but Rogers now right at the end. Big dive into under brakes. Let's see. They're both holding their line, so Rogers ain't giving up on that move, and Ford lets him through. Maybe try the over and under.
Yeah, I think that's what he must have been trying to do, but Rogers has got quite a good run out of the chicane. I'm not sure that was the greatest strategy for Ford. He left him plenty of room to get through. Of course, just up in front, the leader of the race, Richard Hampstead, still unable to break the draft from the two guys behind him.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing around here, Brooksy, is the draft is so strong on those two straights. Any kind of time gained through the corners, if it's not enough, you get reeled straight back in. Ford running wide there a little bit, but manages to keep on the backside of Rogers.
So I think it was Rogers and Ford that had it coming together at Oran Park, so there is a little bit of bad blood there between them, I'm guessing, as drivers, but tonight they've shown enough of a huge amount of respect for each other, kept it clean. As they've ranged right up on the back of Hampstead now with that draft down these two long straights, as Rogers a little bit loose out of the parabolica.
Yeah, they'll give Ford probably the same run as what Rogers had the last lap. Although he doesn't seem as close, I don't think he's going to stick the nose in down here. Or maybe he's left it a bit late. No.
Yeah, he's a little bit too far behind. Rogers very late on the braking. Close to within half a second of his teammate, the leader of the race, Richard Hampstead.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Rogers had a great run out of that corner there, even though he was under a bit of attack by Ford, and he's right up the back of Hampstead now.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing different parts of the track where these guys are strongest, and probably come up to these couple of corners where Hampstead has proven to be the strongest, but Rogers is a lot closer this lap around, so with only 7 laps to go in the race, the guys will be acutely aware of that, and they'll be wanting to make sure they make their run for the lead at the right time.
Yeah, that's right, Brooksy. As we've seen with that draft, you don't want to do it a couple of laps too early and then get caught on the last lap with a big draft move, as they're nose to tail coming into Scari again. It was a great battle up the front.
Oh, there's Ford. Don't know how he didn't spin it there. I would have looked at 3 times and put it over the fence, I think, but he's done well to hold on to it, and he hasn't really lost much time to Rogers or Hampstead.
No, it was a great piece of car control, and yeah, you can't put a piece of paper between these cars at the moment. They're just absolutely going hell for leather and not giving up an inch of space on the track, and this is going to be a huge draft down the straight.
Right now, it's only 0.4 of a second covering the top 3 cars. Rogers is going to need to have this move done before he even gets to turn 1.
Ford's going to follow him through.
Yeah, he's trying to see if it punches a hole through. Hampstead is at risk of losing 2 spots here in a matter of corners.
And that was very gentlemanlike on the exit there by all drivers. Hampstead now stuck on the outside. Ford's not going to let him take that gap, and he'll close in, but...
Very late braking from Hampstead. He comes back at his teammate. They're not going to fit too wide through there. Oh, they are.
How they did not touch through there, I have no idea. It's ridiculous.
I've got to say, I think Ford is being very courteous. Showed a lot of aggression in the opening laps, but since then he's left so much room for these guys. If he wants to win this race, he's going to have to show a bit of mongrel, I think, and start pumping a few doors.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, after the first few rounds we've had in this series, dare say, oh no, maybe the race control might have had a word, or the stewards, to all these drivers and settled them down a little bit. Maybe giving them a chill pill before the race tonight. They're, as you say, they're nice and clean and not too much banging as we saw over the last few weeks at all.
The guys are about to finish and complete lap 27. That makes 5 laps to go in this race. And I really cannot pick a winner out of these top 3 guys at the moment.
No, that's it. It's like roll the dice and see what number you end up with at the moment with these 3, because it just can chop and change nearly every corner pretty much at the moment, the way these 3 are going.
I've been concentrating on the 3 leaders. Ryan O'Sullivan's managed to get past Mitchell Siak. He's running position 6 in Siak in position 7. But the two still continue to battle with each other. Might take the opportunity to quickly run through the top 10. At this very point, Josh Rogers is leading the race from his teammate Richard Hampstead. Ian Ford in 3rd, Marcelo Rivera in 4th, Michael Cracknell in 5th, Ryan O'Sullivan just leading Mitchell Siak. They're 6th and 7th respectively. Michael Havens having a bit of a lonely old race in there in 8th. Adam Zettinger in 9th, and he's followed closely by Anthony Kernish, who rounds out the top 10. I'm not sure if director can get the gains and losses on screen. The top 10's pretty reasonable. Michael Hammond's done well to get into the top 10. He's gained 5 positions. So has Adam Zettinger. He's 9th. He's gained 5 positions as well. Matt Jones, probably one of the biggest movers and shakers in the top half of the field. He's moved up 12 spots to 24th to sit in 12th. And Greg Sharp, actually, he's moved up 14 positions to get it to 16th at the moment. So, good driving by those guys.
Yeah, definitely. There's 4 down, looking up the inside. And there's a no touching again. Hampstead, again, done well. Held the position. This now is just allowing Rogers, is exactly what Rogers is going to want. It's just these two having a bit of a battle behind him, as there's not many laps to go if he can just break this draft.
We've now got 4 laps to go, and Josh Rogers is enjoying the biggest lead he's had of this race, 1.2 seconds over his TTL teammate of Richard Hampstead. The two definitely have those Falcons up around here. Hampstead still got quite a bit of pressure from Ian Ford, only half a second behind.
Yeah, and just back in the pack books here for 25th, we got Brandon King under attack now. Around the Parabolica with Nick Hilsier, and also we have, who else is in that battle pack? Heath Brennan. These 3 cars now battling for 25th through to 27th. Having a good old battle with the last couple of laps as well. Big draft down the straight. There's going to go 3 wide into turn 1, no, maybe 2 wide now.
As
Heath picks up the inside.
Oh, he gets loose.
Touch.
Yeah, the backhand stepped out on him there, and he's lost a couple of seconds to the guys in front, and Brendan King has a sigh of relief, no doubt, in the cockpit of that car.
Yeah, and Darryl Hockey now with a good run on Heath. Maybe looking to get the move. No, he's going to tuck back in behind him into 4 and 5. And now that pack's starting to spread out a little bit, with Brandon King winner out of that one, and starting to gain a bit of a lead away from that pack we were just watching.
I could not keep my eyes off it. Ian Ford has just gained 2 positions in the matter of a couple of laps. He just got past Josh Rogers, and Hampstead's got a slowdown penalty. So Ian Ford's gone from 3rd to 1st in a matter of corners, and now he's got a lot of pressure from Rogers right behind him with 3 laps.
Sorry, mate. Hampstead had a huge moment around Curva Grande there, turn 3. Ford went around the outside of him. And yeah, then he got the move done on Rogers, the very next one on that slowdown, as you said. And now he's back in the lead. And with only 2 laps to go, but unable to break this draft here, it's going to be I think we'll stick with this battle to the end, Brooksy.
I think we've got to, mate. I don't know what's going to come of it. I can't see Ford holding on from here unless he runs the white line, because the draft is just so great here. Obviously taking nothing away from his driving ability.
Yeah, and as we see here on the as they come onto the main straight, if he has a run like that on the last lap, he should be okay, because they just crossed the start-finish line. But one more lap like this, and Rogers will get up the inside. He's pushing onto the grass.
On the grass. Oh, is Rogers very loose under brakes? He's managed to hold on to it. Ford had to get out of that, or he would have lost his driver's door. 2 laps to go.
He's done the old kilo that moves there with 2 wheels on the grass, trying to get the fast done like the GDR did at the 12-hour on the weekend, and managed to make it stick down turn 1 as Hampstead now, giving Ford plenty of aggression into the next couple of corners. Tell you what, Hampstead had a great view of that move that his teammate did there on Ford into that turn 1.
Yes, it will be mentally noted exactly how he did it. Of course, Hampstead's running out of time to actually win this race. He's got to get past Ford, and then he somehow managed to mount an attack on his teammate Rogers, but it's definitely not over. You cannot say it's over until they're out of the parabolica and crossing the finish line, because the draft is just so effective around here. The league could swap 2 or 3 times a lap. Yeah,
I tell you what, this is going to be. I know I'm somehow predicting Hampstead to make it 3 wide into the first corner here. I think with this strong draft, as they're right up like absolutely nothing in it here.
Oh, Hampstead nearly into the rear of Ford, and out of the 3 guys, you would have to pick Hampstead if you're going to go off experience. He's got the most experience out of these guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, you watch this, 3 wide into turn 1.
He's called it early.
Oh, yeah, alright, look, watch. Oh, almost.
Oh,
they touch mirrors.
Oh, great driving, guys. We're on the last lap.
Rogers now got that car gap. If he can maintain that around the back straight here, he should be home and hosed, because they won't be able to draft him enough, as Hampstead now looking to attack Ford for sure and try and make this a 1-2 for TTL.
Yeah, I'm not sure what would you do here, Luke. Would you try and get the move done somewhere? Well, as Ford's loose and on the grass, manages to pull back on in front of Hampstead. Would you try and do the move somewhere where they're not suspecting it? Because, I mean, obviously they're all concentrating on getting good run and covering their line at the end of the straight.
I was going to say Hampstead could try and do it here at Ascari, but I'm sure Ford's going to try and hold that inside line a little bit down here, as he's been pretty loose, and that'll allow Rogers, so he's going to have to try and get a run out of Ascari and try and get it, maybe try and force him wide into Parabolica there to stuff his run up onto the main straight, but that'll allow Rogers for the win for sure.
Oh, Ford definitely didn't get a good run out of Ascari.
Yeah, definitely, and Rogers, even though he took a lot of road there, he just hampered his run a bit outside. He's going to try a long way around here, Ford.
No, he could not be done, surely. Oh, he gives him a little hurry up. Bit of a hurry up mid-corner. And I think that will be enough for Rogers. Ford getting all loose. Runs massively wide, and Josh Rogers takes a fantastic win. Wow. Takes a great win over Ian Ford, who rolls it in second, blows the engine over the line, and Richard Hampstead brings it in third.
That's an excellent race. I tell you what, that's going to be one of the most exciting races we've called so far, Brooksy.
It certainly has been, mate. That was awesome. Vera crosses the line in fourth. Cracknell just
In
crosses
fifth.
the line in fifth. Yeah, Mitchell Siak managed to bring it home in sixth, just in front of O'Sullivan. So those guys had a great battle.
I was going to
Only
say
3
that
tenths
was close.
separating.
That was a real close run there to that for 6th and 7th, and looks like Michael Hammond bring it round for a good finish in 8th. Adam Zindler in 9th. Matt Jones, good drive in 10th. Anthony Kernich came through in 11th. Sutler across the line in 12th.
And I've got Cooper Murray. He's out of fuel on the last lap. He was running around the back end of the top 10, and that is hugely disappointing for him. Actually out of fuel on the last lap.
And all the other cars now just managed to start crossing the finish line after your top 10.
I'm just checking the pit stops. I never noticed during the race that Cooper Murray's had about a 4-second quicker pit stop than everyone else. So obviously did not take as enough fuel on. And
oh, that's unfortunate too.
I think without the help of someone else, I don't think he'll make it back from there.
He's got the clutch in. He's absolutely trying to get that downhill run, but yeah, as you say, Brooksy, I don't think he's going to make this round parabolic somehow. Maybe it's a new hybrid model. That thing is dead silent. All I can hear is a bit of diff whine, and that's about it. And everybody else is finished. So unless somebody else comes back around and pushes him, he's only got 22 seconds, by the way, to finish. Otherwise, he's going to be classed as a DNF.
Yeah, I think he'll be classed as a DNF. Sorry, mate. Even if he got out and pushed, he would not make it home from there. Oh, that's Adam Zettinger. Gonna push him around, looks like, to the finish line. Good sportsmanship for you.
Yeah, he has run out of time, but we'll just see if he is classified. If not, he might only have 1 lap down. Yeah, it's classing him as 1 lap down, so it might not be too bad there, Brooksy. Yeah, it's good to see our boys in blue helping out a fellow racer. And once again, just while we have the time before any driver interviews come up, that we'd like to apologise for the quality of the stream tonight. As we say, he's done pretty well. Good old Fonzie there with his out with the sheep somewhere in the middle of nowhere in New Zealand, and still managing to get service enough to bring you this broadcast as much as we can, which is good. And yeah, it looks like we're going to try and get the top 3 in for an interview when we can. But apparently he's stolen some sort of internet from some remote servo in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by sheep, and getting you these 3G pictures.
Well, what a fantastic race. Those top 3 really turned it on, and a lot of guys up and down the pack showed really good, respectful racing. With the draft there, Luke, very hard to pull away, and it really did break the field up into a whole heap of good battles.
Yeah, good to see 3 or 4 cars in different packs at a time. As we said, Brooksy, there was a fair few battles going on, but we just couldn't get away from that top 3 effort there. Those boys just did 2 laps around here to finish within nothing of each other at the end. There was a great result, and obviously good for the viewers at home as well.
It really did break the field up into a whole heap of good battles.
Yeah, good to see 3 or 4. Alright, so apparently, again, while we wait for driver interviews, just for an update, he's Monty had to go to a closed gas station freezer, and then mounted his router on the roof of his car, and he's streaming with a 6 megabyte download and only a 2 megabyte upload, which is still probably faster than my ADSL I've got here in Australia at home.
It's not a bad effort. It's definitely faster than my ADSL, so. But that's why it was a little bit jumpy, the stream tonight. Of course, it will be a lot better next week.
Yeah, definitely, and still just waiting for some drivers to jump up here, so I might just run through that top 10 again, Brooksy. So we had Josh K. Rogers back from his drop round last week with the win tonight. Ian Ford in a close second by 0.2 of a second. Richard Hampstead finishing in third to round out your podium. Marcelo Riviera in fourth place. Michael Cracknell in fifth, and Cielic in sixth. Ryan O'Sullivan in seventh. Michael Hammond in eighth. Adam Zena. Michael Hammond, eight. Yep, sorry. Adam Zetinger in ninth, and rounding out the top 10 was Matt Jones, who started an astonishing 24th on the grid and gained 14 spots to get that 10th.
Yeah, that's an awesome effort to get to the top 10. 11th went to Anthony Kernich, Peter Sattler in 12th, 13th went to Christian Hinton. Brenton Hobson had a few dramas and got 14th. Greg Sharp, 15th. 16th went to Kurt Stenberg. Paul Gorell went 17th. 18th Todd Parks. 19th to Blake Neck. And 20th to Michal Blashov. I'm sorry if I did pronounce that wrong. But Brenton Hobson had a few dramas and got 14th. Greg Sharp, 15th. 21st went to Robbie Tomei. 22nd, Simon Tennant. 23rd, Brendan King, who's managed to stay on the lead lap, but he actually started from pit lane, so it wasn't a bad drive there from Brendan King. 24th went to Heath Brennan. Nick Osler, 25th. 26th, Louise Gallen. Simon Black, 27th. 28th went to Daryl Hockey. Cooper Murray after running out of fuel on the last lap, 29th, and Marty Atkins in 30th. And then 5 laps down was Craig Jones in 31st, Matt Stratford 32nd, 33rd Jason Bentz, 34th Richard Elwood, Daniel Ackland in 35th, and Ross Rizzo in 36th, and that's the full field for the 8th round of the Oceanic Sim Racing Wednesday Night V8 Series.
Yeah, that's it, Brooksy. And next week we move to the VIR full circuit. Great track out there in America. So back out of Europe and back to the States for the next round. So yeah, that would be round 10. So apparently tonight was round 9. Just looking back on the forum at the moment. So yeah, that's a great track out there and always brings some good racing. Seems to be a favourite amongst V8 drivers, just the flowing corners and that, especially up through the middle section. Always good to watch. So yeah, that would be round 10. It looks like unfortunately we won't be able to get interviews done tonight, Brooksy. Possibly, there's not too many people coming up for an interview, so seems to be.
Yeah, we might have to. Sorry, we might have to wrap it up there, mate. Thanks everyone for watching. Apologies once again for the SimSpeed TV broadcast being a little bit off tonight, but we managed to get it to you. Extremely dedicated members here at SimSpeed TV for doing that, and really look forward to you all tuning in next Wednesday night for round 9 of this V8 Supercar series, and no doubt we'll see fantastic racing next week as well, Luke.
Yeah, no worries, Brooksy, and thanks for coming along for the commentary as well. And we also thank Scotty Fountain as well for putting on the broadcast from his remote location and doing everything he can to bring this broadcast to all the viewers out there.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, no worries, Brooksy, and thanks for coming along for the commentary as well. And we also thank Scotty Fountain as well for putting on the